Alright, ladies and gentlemen, DC fandom has officially begun. And they're not pulling their punches either, because they started out with the first panel today as Wonder Woman 1984, and they dropped a brand new trailer for us right here, right now. Access Blockbusters is going to be dropping a ton of new content over the next few days, covering DC fandom and recapping the events that happened this weekend. So if you haven't subscribed already, then please make sure to do so to get notified of when the new videos are coming out. We're going to be doing trailer reactions, breaking news, and we're going to be doing recaps of all the events coming out of DC fandom. Without further ado, let's get into the trailer. So like most people, I was a pretty big fan of the first Wonder Woman film. I thought it was pretty good considering the fact that I didn't really like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, or Suicide Squad, and I thought it was a massive step up. It was a little more light on its feet, and while I didn't think the third act was the greatest thing ever, I still thought the movie as a whole was pretty fantastic. And I think a large part of that was due to Patty Jenkins' direction, so I'm really glad that she came back to direct the second film. And as for the first trailer that came out, I thought it was pretty good as well. It really leaned heavily into the 1980s, which I'm not so sure about. I think it has potential to work really well, or it could just be really cheesy, but I trust Patty Jenkins, and I trust that if she's gonna go all in, then she's gonna go all in. So interestingly enough, this trailer actually began with some flashback scenes with the young Diana. And that's actually something that I wasn't really expecting because I thought that they would be really focusing on the present, but it does look like they were going to be exploring some more aspects of her past. And right away after the Warner Brothers logo, we're introduced to our villains, Maxwell Lord and Cheetah. Now the angle that they're taking with Maxwell Lord, played by Pedro Pascal, best known for The Mandalorian right now, is actually really interesting to me. I'm not exactly sure what his power sets from the comics are, but it does seem like he's going to have a huge influence on many people in the movie, including Cheetah. His promise of being able to give anyone anything they want, which I would assume in Wonder Woman's case is Steve Trevor somehow, is really intriguing to me. Of course, we get to see some shots of Steve and Diana again as they reunite. I feel like that's going to be a huge point in the movie because everyone loved Chris Pine in the first one, and so we got to bring him back. Again, I am not a huge fan of them bringing him back. I feel like they could have moved on. But since he's here and we love Chris Pine, I guess it's fine. And we all know he's going to be pretty great in the movie, right? Like, just from the ending gag alone, you know, he's going to be pretty great in the movie. So then we see a fight break out between Wonder Woman and Cheetah, and in this case, Cheetah is in a human form, so it's just Kristen Wiig. Now, I find this really interesting because I'm not entirely sure, at least in the film version of the character, how exactly she's going to get her powers. We're going to see later on in the trailer that she has a full animal-style cheetah form, but in this case, it's just her fighting. So, does she have powers yet already, or is she just a normal human? Like, what is she doing? Also, the line about being an apex predator, I mean, it's a trailer. I know trailers have really cheesy, catchy one-liners and stuff, but that just felt a little bit corny to me. That almost felt like Whedon-esque, if that makes sense. And is that a nod to the Invisible Jet? Or is that the Invisible Jet? The one that Steve Trevor's like, hey, radar, something. Like, is that supposed to be the Invisible Jet? I guess? I mean, I'm all for adapting the Invisible Jet. I think in its current form in the comics, where it's just this goofy, weird thing, I don't think it would have worked in the live-action form. But if they're going to try to adapt it, then I'm all for seeing what they can do. Finally, we get to see a big ending climactic showdown, I'm assuming, between Cheetah and Wonder Woman. And Cheetah is in full villain form. She's full animal. I think I even saw a tail. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where Kristen Wiig's character gets her powers from. Call me crazy though, but I actually kind of got a Spider-Man villain sense from her, like the Cheetah, because a lot of Spider-Man's villains are very animal-based, right? Like the lizard, the rhino, all of those. And another villain who kind of just gets animal-like powers based on some sort of serum or something. I wonder if that's what's going to happen, because that's something that we've seen a lot. So again, Wonder Woman 1984, it doesn't look like it's going to be groundbreaking in any sense of the word, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. You have the same team that made the original Wonder Woman, and from all accounts, it looks like everything just went amazingly on set. Everything looks great. The visuals look great. The action looks pretty fun. The music looks fun. I'm excited to see what they do with the 80s setting. Just from this trailer alone, though, it doesn't really look like this movie's going to be groundbreaking at all. That's all I'm saying. But from what we've seen, I think we can very much look forward to the next Wonder Woman film and what Patty Jenkins has up her sleeve. I think Gal Gadot makes a great Wonder Woman, and she's really fitting into the role well, and I just can't wait. Hopefully this movie is everything that they promised and more. So what do you guys think of the Wonder Woman 1984 trailer? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Leave me your comments down below. Remember, I'll be covering a ton of stuff from DC fandom, so if you haven't subscribed, then make sure to do so to stay up to date and notified when all the new videos are coming out. If you want to see some more videos, then check out the videos on the screen right now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.